The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost. Bank up for better. Sign up today. Just paper code HPN to get a $12 deposit bonus. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's currently Friday morning, May 30th. You know what that means? It is prop time. Time to get into the best props that we have available for you on Friday. I'm Scott Reichel, once again joined by Adam Roseberger. Together, once again, we're going to share 3 props each for the show. Adam's also going to debut something special, but we'll save that for later. No actual spoilers. Adam, how's it going with you?
It's going real. I just got a text from my. I'm gonna read this out loud. I just got a text from my DraftKings VIP host saying, and you and I've been hot lately, but
we had a tennis one a couple days ago.
Well, we've just been and we've also generally speaking, with the exception of 2 days, we've been doing really well.
Yeah.
I've taken a look at your recent activity and added a solid loss back offer to your account. I hope you have a good weekend. So basically, I think it's probably because we've won a little bit. So I've been a little bit reckless and just throwing stuff at stupid things. So now if that loses, we get that back as bonus bet, which you and I are going to just turn into another futures parlay. So yeah. All right.
Yeah. Adam texted me this morning saying, listen, I need your $50 soccer free bet.
Oh yeah. That's all we do.
And the problem is the EPL ended, Serie A ended, Bundesliga ended. So I'm like, can I interest you in this random, we got Champions League stuff for the final, which I think is tomorrow, or is it the Saturday actually. And then I also threw in some MLS future.
Yeah.
A 2-pick.
I actually I like Orlando, so that's good.
Orlando's 18-1, and they actually have the 3rd highest goal differential in the league.
They're an insane defensive team.
Yeah, so they're 18-1, whatever.
Like
so there you go. So point is, I had to build the soccer future this morning. But time to get into the actual props for the show. I know I've not really had a losing episode in a while. I did not win last episode, though. I went 1-1-1. So that's how it went. My loss was on Hanley, no hits, and unfortunately, Arenado came in expecting bunt, hit a ground ball right at him, and he missed it, and they called it a hit. So there you go. Arenado just didn't have reflexes fast enough since he's 95 years old. That's how I picked up a loss there. But Royce Lewis still stinks. I got the under half a single.
You convinced me to bet a juiced prop. That was and it won. So
yeah,
I like that one a lot.
He's 0 for his last 25. So there you go. Either way, though, point is time to move on to the props. Anything you want to talk about before we actually get started?
Nothing. SGPN plays for me have been a little bit cooler, but first of all, Shane Smith got there for us on the base.
He got the base.
So got the base. Despite he had no business getting that. He had 5 walks in 2 innings, had zero business getting it. But you know who did have business cashing for us that didn't? It's Brian Bello, who had 75 pitches and was dealing
into the 5th inning,
and they took him out before the 5th inning.
It was before or it was during? I thought it was during the.
No, because he only went to during. Yeah, sorry, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It was he didn't complete 5, and it was very strange. And then they put in Bernardino, who had pitched the day before.
They burned the entire bullpen the day before.
They burned the entire bullpen again, and it was just super weird. So look, we're not touts, but there's an element of touting to us. So we're just gonna say that was an L with an asterisk because in 9 times out of 10. I think that should have won. So,
yeah, I feel like touting is also kind of an interesting spot for me because I don't pay for Twitter Blue and I don't actually make any money from Twitter. So cloud chasing is just kind of really not for me. But touting is fun when you win.
Touting is fun. Touting is also fun. There's a lot of things that we can tout, but that just really bothered the piss out of me because it should have been 2-1.
Well, it made no sense because Boston burned the bullpen the day before.
But look, we give and we take. I mean, Noah Cameron just never had the K stuff, so that's fine. No. It was L, and he pitched great. It was just that was an L. But we shouldn't have won Shane Smith, but we did win, but we should have won Bello. So
it balanced out.
It balanced out.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, the point is before we get into any of our actual props for the Friday card, a reminder that we do have new content for SGP because the SGP guys are going to be ripping packs live on air next Monday night. They'll be breaking a case of Panini Prisms with dabs, and you can get 10% off your favorite team with promo code SGPN. Go to sportsgambling.com/break to get in on the action. Anyway, moving on to the actual props that we have for the Friday card. Adam, I'll let you go first as always. What's going to be your first prop for the show?
It is Shabbat. For those of us who are Jewish inclined, By the way, every one of these episodes, we find a way to.
I'm waiting for you to tie in Dean Kramer, but I don't think he's pitching today.
He's not pitching today. Instead, another Jew, another LA-based Jew. Actually, Dean Kramer from LA? No,
I don't think he is.
Max Fried is from Los Angeles. Went to high school with Jack Flaherty. He is pitching against the Los Angeles Dodgers, and guess what? He has fucked when he has gone against this team, and I mean that in the this guy fucks way. He has 27 Ks in his last 3 appearances in LA, and in 10 appearances against the Dodgers in his career, 70 strikeouts. That's absurd.
It's a lot.
He's a strikeout guy. So we're gonna take his over Ks. I'm not gonna get greedy. While there is a chance of wanting to get greedy, I'm not gonna get greedy. We're gonna take the 5.5 at plus 142. He has gone over this in both of his last meetings against the Dodgers. He had 7-7. If you look at guys on the team, everyone's got like 40% K rates against him. In his last few starts, he has gone over this in his last 10 starts. He's gone over this in 7 of his last 10. This season, he's gone over it in 7 of 11. In away starts in this season, over it in 3 of his last 5. He just had 7 in cores. Fried, Shabbat, Moon, 6 Ks. Plus.
Yeah. So what do you say the price was on that again?
I took it as I'm giving it out at he's 3-1 to, by the way, get 7, but I'm not going to necessarily do that. Plus 142.
Okay, there you go. Moving on to my first prop for the show. I'm going to go with J-Ram. I'm going to take his over 1.5 total bases at plus 110. He's been really, really good lately. He's had at least 2 bases in 11 of his last 14. He's had at least 4 bases in 4 of his last 5 home games, so he's mashing the ball at home lately. And he's also owned Soriano. Soriano in general is a pretty heavy contact pitcher, and I do think you're looking at a good matchup for him. J-Ram is 4 for 10 a lifetime against Soriano. With 3 home runs, he just mashes this guy. And the fact is, when you've gone over 1.5 bases at a very insane clip, 11 of his last 14, and it's plus money, I'll take that. I mean, we think J-Ram's a monster. Now, Cleveland has been, in classic Cleveland form, kind of flying under the radar as a fine baseball team. But J-Ram's been filthy lately. I'll back him again here. Soriano, I know, has been better on the road than at home. Does pitch to contact, though. Good matchup for J-Ram. I think it's a good spot for him. Give me J-Ram over 1.5 total bases at plus 110. So,
I like it. I have a Soriano prop as my next one, but I like it. I mean, we cashed on a J-Ram on a in-between days play the other day. We had him. Yeah. He's been white hot. He's been great.
Believe it or not, he's a good player. So we like to back good players on this.
We have him for MVP if he ever gets it all together and really pulls it through. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, but I do want to ask, by the way, before we get into your second prop, I see a couple of people in the comment section, not really a debate, but more of just a conversation about Nationals batters today. I see Benedict mentioning James Wood, who's been insane lately for his bases at plus 150, and Rogue saying that he likes Abrams as well. Do you have a preference between the two of them?
Against Kelly?
Yeah.
Is it? It's in Arizona.
It's in Arizona. I mean, the point is, I don't know how long Kelly's going with that bullpen.
I don't like
just handing away free.
I don't like either of them. I don't like any of the Nats batters against Kelly. Kelly's been great lately.
Yeah,
I don't like so.
Kelly's been good. The bullpen's.
So I don't like either. Is basically what I'm saying. Is that like I don't know. His last 3 weeks he has a Sierra of 2.38. So he's not like the Nats aren't players for me right now.
If you want to get really, really degen with it, if you want to wait for Kelly to get pulled and maybe bet on extra base hit in like a particular plate appearance.
Yeah, I guess the problem with that, that like it's fine. That's like exact plate appearances. But here's the thing, guys. Like when you're capping an individual batter, you're capping for 4 darts max in the game. And if you're going to lose 2 of them because a pitcher's in great form, it's just not good. So yeah, are you getting good value against a hitter who's hitting well? Yeah, that makes total sense. Like if I had gun to head, I would say, yeah, James Wood, because he's hitting a lot better, but Kelly's been great. I don't know why you would pick a Nats batter to back if the pitcher is really good right now.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm jumping kind of in on J-Ram, besides the fact that he's been great, is Soriano's not a guy that thrills me. But I know you're going to segue into Soriano in a second.
Well, yeah, but there's a couple angles that I have with Soriano.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can go into it if you want to.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Soriano over 16.5 outs because that's what he does. He does pitch to contact. He's actually, hint, he is the best in the league in inducing double plays. He's a double play god.
But you know what that means though when he pitches to contact. Keeps that pitch count a little bit low.
Yeah. So he knows what he's doing on this. It's over 16.5. He has gone over this in 7 of his last 10 on the road. He is over this in 3 of his last 5 head to head against Cleveland. He went 16 in the first start of the season, but other than that, he went 6-6. He's pretty consistent. I also I've been openly saying this. I will say this again on my show. I am pushing a rumor that I think Soriano gets traded to. If I'm the Braves, I am calling the Angels and offering Sean Murphy and Grant Holmes for Soriano and TDA. That gives Drake Baldwin more playing time. It gives them a backup catcher that knows the entire staff. And you get a ground ball pitcher who is something they desperately need. And Grant Holmes has tons of options, so you can give them that. So that's a rumor that I'm pushing. That's what I think I would do if I was the Braves. But we're not here to talk about that. Anyway, Jose Soriano over 16.5 outs, minus 120 on the green book.
And they give him a long leash. So I think that definitely helps. Yeah. When you keep the pitch count low and your bullpen's also not any good, you might have extra incentive to keep the
their bullpen is not only not good, but let me look like depth chart wise of like what's been happening with that team.
They played the Yankees. I believe they lost 1-0 in the finale. They did have off yesterday, so they should.
Everybody got used on Sunday too.
Yeah,
like their bullpen's been pretty taxed lately. So
I'm just saying there is a day off in there technically, but they used a bunch of relievers.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is about him is that he's going to give up like 6 hits, and
yeah.
But the thing is that he's J-Ram's a very good matchup for him. I don't know if anybody else really is on that team.
That's why I went after one guy.
Yeah, I agree with that a lot. So, and I'm looking at it right now. His last 30 plate appearances against right-handed pitching, most of this team is not getting on base. Guess who has the highest on base?
It's J-Ram by a mile.
J-Ram by a mile. J-Ram's just absolutely smashing the ball. I like this play.
Yeah, so either way, point is I agree with you about Soriano, even if he gives up the hits. You mentioned the double play aspect to it, but he does keep the pitch count low. He will walk some guys, but it's fine because he tends to get people out in like 3 pitch counts, which is fine. Yeah. So I don't mind that.
He's great.
Yep.
He was our number 1 team in the league in inducing ground balls, so that's my other hint.
Yep, there you go. Moving on, before we get into my second prop for the show, a reminder that we're brought to you by our sponsor, Red Juice, because the first time banking for bettors, ensuring that all your gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no unbound cash rewards as well. 100% approval for the deposit time today. EdJuice.bet, promo code SGPN. Deposit $25. Edge match deposit. EdJuice.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Fantasy because they are going along with the playoffs with their extender bonus. Hop in game 1, and the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. When you sign up though for a new account, use the promo code MLBSGPN. Get a special pick and a first time deposit offer up to $1K bonus cash on Fantasy promo code MLBSGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first couple props for the show. Time to move on to my second prop. I have a pair of singles props, by the way. One over and one under. Starting off with the under, give me Javi Baez, under half a single at minus 121. Minus 121 is an insane price for Baez, who never actually hits singles. He's had 0 singles in 6 straight games. He's had 0 singles in 12 of his last 14 games. And Lugo's pitching. He's off the IL, but he's been really good at home. So far this season at home, 37 to 30 innings pitched, 30 hits allowed, and a 2.41 ERA. But Baez at minus 121, and he's had 0 singles in 12 of the last 14 games. And Lugo's fine. I think Lugo's a fine pitcher, but Baez is a guy, we know he swings for the fences. He strikes out a guaranteed 1 time per game, minimum. So that's 1 at bat you can toss out for him. But I like the spot here for Baez to not hit a single. If he hits a deep, that's a good thing. I'm fine with that. But give me Baez under half a single, minus 121. That price feels very cheap. I think that should be closer to minus 140 in my opinion. I'll take it now before the line moves.
Yeah, I mean, basically the problem. So there's a couple of things here. So it's solid. Lugo, another one of those guys who pitches to contact kind of thing. Yeah. So that's my only concern.
I know, I get it. Just I think that price is insane for a guy that never.
He also was like Javi Baez was like the hottest player in the league like 3 weeks ago.
Well, there is one massive amount of splits that go against him in this matchup. He's batting .333 against lefties. He's batting like 260 or 250 against righties.
that's last.
So, yeah.
So yeah, no, I get it.
So.
Question from Captain Insano: does the 30 at bat number have a statistical significance for you? For me, yes, it does, because effectively that is like saying what's the 30 at bats is roughly 4 to 5 games
It's a
against the
good
pitchers.
sample size while also
Good
cutting
sample
out
size.
stuff that's from months ago. So
Yeah.
you get a recent amount
I
of
do
data.
30. Sometimes I'll do 60 to see if it's changed, but 30 to that it's good, because it basically is that you kind of want to compare 30 with like recent. And here's the thing for Javi Baez. Like, Javi Baez probably doesn't get on base at all today, is the thing, because he's in his last 5 games, he's got what looks like a double. Double. He's 1 for his last 11, which means he's getting lifted from games. Because everyone else on the team has way more plate appearances than he does. And 2, against lefties, all those numbers look the same, or against righties, all those numbers look the same as last 30. So like Javi Baez is probably a solid fade today.
I find it interesting though that they've never actually faced off against each other. I was expecting to see some head-to-head data,
That's
which
really
I just
weird.
didn't. Which I just didn't
You know
have.
why? Because Lugo was on the Mets.
I know he was, but he was on the Royals last year, and they were in the same division.
But they wouldn't have. But Baez was dead.
He was dead too, yeah. But I don't know. Point is, I thought the price was too cheap. So there you go. It worked for me with Royce Lewis. I'm fading guys in bad form. And if the singles price is pretty cheap, I think it's worth it. So that's my second prop. I'll ask you though, what do you like for your third prop on the show? I believe this is a parlay.
My third prop on the show is a parlay, guys. Not the DP parlay. It is. There are 2 guys that I like today, but I didn't know how I wanted to back them. So I'm gonna give you guys a parlay that I think you can really only do on DraftKings, or if you can find a better value version, do it this way. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Framber Valdez, 5 hits allowed. His line is 5.5. I think that's a little too high, but we're gonna do it so that he gives up 5 hits allowed, and we're gonna parlay that with Zebby Matthews to have 5 Ks. That's gonna be plus 121. And here's the angle on it. So Framber, if you look at his stats, you're like, oh my God, dude, this guy has been lights out from a skill position. Yeah, but his hard hit rate over the last 3 weeks is 50%, which is absurd.
That means Tampa low-key been decent offensively lately.
Low-key been decent. They put up 13 runs yesterday. Yeah. So I expect him also to have a little bit of a long leash there. I don't want to take his Ks because Tampa strikes out a lot, does this. It's fine. But when you see a guy who's been really good, Sierra, which is skill-based, and then their hard hit rate is really 50% hard hit rate is asking for trouble. So just that it means he's going to get hit. I don't think that it's going to look good. So let's bet on him to give up 5 of them. And then we have Zebby Matthews, and Zebby, who have always loved his K stuff, and he's going against Seattle, who we won a K bet on last night. Thank you, Randy Arozarena. So his K stuff is absolutely elite. What's his problem, Scott?
I was going to say that sometimes he can't finish off batters, but
yeah, he walks the farm. So I don't want to risk him not having a long leash. So I would rather, I don't want a guy with a 12% walk rate, but a 40% K rate. That's just Carlos Rodon 2023 to me. So let's go with Zebby. His line is 5.5. Let's go with him to get 5. Let's go with Framber to get 5. We got a little bit of plus money, and I just gave you guys a non-correlated parlay of 2 guys. So you kind of got 2 plays for 1, plus 121.
Yep, there you go. But moving on to my last prop here. This is going to be another singles prop. This one's on what might be the most underrated singles guy in the league right now, and it actually is in the same game as Framber. I'm going with Jeremy Pena. I'm taking his over half a single at minus 130. He's been incredible. He's had at least 1 single in 5 straight. He's had at least 1 single in 17 of his last 19 home games. A single in 17 of the last 19 home games.
Oh, who is this? Insane. Sorry, my wife was asking me to buy her a water bottle.
Jeremy Pena. Pena's been a lunatic in the singles market.
Yeah, well, that's all he does.
Correct.
And he's leading off. I think he's leading off now.
He is leading off. Yeah, 2 hits yesterday. Yeah. But the point is, he's had a single in 17 of the last 19 home games, and you have Pepe at pitching for Tampa, and he faced off against this team about a week or 2 ago, and Pena had 2 singles and 3 plate appearances. So I like the overall matchup for Pena here. It's minus 130. I saw minus 150 in a couple other spots, but the point is Pena's been mashing to his standard, which is a bunch of singles, which is fine with me. But minus 130, Pepe does pitch just some contact, and he has good numbers against him. But a single in 5 straight games and a single in 17 of the last 19 home games, and it's only minus 130, and he's batting leadoff. I like it a lot. Give me Jeremy Pena over half a single at -130 as my final prop.
Rock and roll. I like it. Shreves is pointing out right now about Minnesota's not letting Zebby go third time through the order. That's exactly why I like the K's at a lower thing. So Jeremy Pena plays for the Houston Astros. I would caution against betting on players that you're just hearing about today.
Believe it or not, I believe he was a former World Series MVP, correct?
And Rookie of the Year.
He won World Series MVP though, right?
Oh, he won. Sorry, he didn't win Rookie of the Year. He was a rookie who he won ALCS MVP and he won World Series MVP.
He won both. That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Because I remember that he just caught fire in that World Series.
It's okay, 3-time. We still like you. Yeah, no, he did. He was great. That was against the Phillies.
Yeah, and
I got fired the day after that.
It was against the Yankees, the ALCS. So I think he had the massive home run against Cortez.
I think it was a grand slam.
I think it was a 3-run homer. It doesn't matter. Point is,
matter.
Pena has some good numbers lately. Good enough for me. Now, that's going to wrap it up for our 3 props, but I know that nobody's here for the actual props because they're here for the ultimate DGen parlay that has been rolling so far with us. The DP parlay.
Yeah.
Which, if you want to give out right now, you can.
You should go on your work computer and Google what does DP mean.
Mm-hmm.
So for this purpose, it means double play. For other purposes, it means something completely different. But we're going to start trying to give these out here because they've been rolling. We are going to, first of all, I mentioned earlier how Jose Soriano is an elite grounded into double play pitcher. He leads the league with, I think, like 17 of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's absurd. The Angels over the last 15 days have induced 18 ground double plays. That's
so once again, the teams that he's listing are teams that are actually causing double plays.
That are causing double plays. And then teams that are hitting them over the last 15 days. So Cleveland is it's towards the bottom, but when you have a guy who's just inducing them at such a great rate, you got to kind of do it. So one of our legs is going to be the Los Angeles Angels to induce a double play. And the next one that we're going to go with is so the San Francisco Giants over the last 15 days, they have been or over the last 7 days, they have grounded into 7 double plays over the last 7 days. They haven't even had that many games. So that's crazy. Over the course of the last 15 days, the Giants have 12. They've just been in that form. And so we're going to take the Marlins to induce a double play there. They have over the last 2 weeks not induced a ton, but we're gonna go with it, guys. This is gonna be a fun one. So what we're looking for is we're looking for teams that we know are on either ends of either teams that are constantly grounding into double plays or guys that are constantly causing double plays. So we're gonna mash that together. This is Los Angeles Angels over had to have 1 double play at least turned. Miami Marlins to have at least 1 double play turned plus 185. I do it to win 1 unit. This is on DK. It is under team props. Run with it. We're gonna have a couple today. The targets. There's a couple targets. Colorado very, very good at inducing double plays as well. Freeland 5th best in the league on it.
Yeah, I do want to point out, by the way, you have a couple people in the comment section asking about the King of the Diamond promo.
So, okay, I can tell you how to use it. I haven't looked, but basically go with chalk. So the King of the Diamond promo, the way that you want to do it is that you want to find teams that you think are going to be the highest scoring teams and then bet the chalkiest guy on there to hit a home run. Don't freaking worry about trying to be cute or EV. It's a negative EV play.
For the record, I actually just don't even know how the prop or the whatever works.
It's fine because I play it for us and then we share the bonus bet.
Yeah.
So anyway, the point though that I'm making on that one is I would say basically, just take some of the teams that you take 5 teams that you think are going to be really high. And then this is where you bet the Cal Rallies, the Schwarbers, the Otanis, like bet those and then just put $5 on it. You're not looking for the parlay to cash, but each leg counts as an entry. So I won like $60 the other week because I had Otani and they were the highest scoring team. So that's what you want to.
Well, just to be clear, what exactly do you need to win the promo?
You need a guy to hit a home run, activates the team, and that team to be the highest scoring team.
Okay, but you need to pick a guy to hit a home run. So go
right. So that's why chalk makes the most sense.
Right. So you don't get bonus points if you pick a guy with a longer odds. Okay. So then there you go. That's why you go chalk.
So the guys you should be going for are like Schwarber, Judge, Otani, Cal Raleigh, Kyle Tucker. Like go for chalk. Don't Don't.
I was going to say PCA instead of Kyle Tucker, but same idea.
PCA is not in great form against. I wouldn't.
Against lefties.
Against
Okay,
lefties, he's going against Abbott. I wouldn't.
Yeah, okay. I forgot he was pitching for Cincinnati. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Point is, though, that's a promo you can use, so there you go. Anything else you want to add, or should we move on to the...
No, like Shreed's saying, like, everybody steals second on Miami. So...
the Giants steal bases?
They kind of do. Yeah, I mean, you can run on Bailey.
No, I meant, do the Giants steal bases against...
Oh,
because I don't actually think they do.
I don't know. They just don't. They grounded. I mean, it's a good pitcher to have up for that because it's Cal Quantrill.
Fun fact: Giants third fewest stolen bases per game in the league. So.
There aren't a lot. There's only like the same teams are stealing like more than anybody else.
It's Tampa. It's Tampa because Simpson showed up and they steal a base every
and well, they've always been that way. And
I know, but they called up another guy who's just an absolute monster. So that's why he's skewed the numbers. The Reds are always up there. To some degree, they're seventh. The Cubs have been running a lot this year. Milwaukee's always up there. But as you said, it's usually the same teams. But
yeah,
either way.
I don't know what Trees is not reeling to.
I don't know either.
I don't know either.
Okay.
So it's just think of Miami's defense. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's fine. They just this is more a bet against the Giants.
Well, the point is, once again, if it's about inducing, in theory, you could get a strike him out, throw him out double play.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You could get a lot of that.
But the point is, you're looking at the Giants who never really steal. So there you go. Some matchup stuff matters there. Yeah. But you want to add anything? Should we move on to the best bets?
No, I think that's good. People got like a couple plays from this, and they got a DP play. There's going to be other DP targets that we're going to mess around with, but these have been good. I think I just got to go with like this Giants team's just literally hitting into the ground.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah,
there you go. Before we get into the actual best bets for the show, a reminder they're brought to you by Rhythm because our job at SGPN is to help you find the best picks. And now we've got a new tool to help take things to a new level. They have Rhythm with their new game-changing feature called Power Trends, which means that their AI detected patterns where Rhythm models will consistently win and give you high ROI. And a reminder that you could also check it out on Rhythm because the Power Trends are uploaded daily. They're updated every day, and they're exclusive to Rhythm. So there are no touts, no noise, just clean data-backed picks. And a reminder, you can also download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, start betting smarter. We know that you will. I do want to ask you, though, Adam, since you do go on Rhythm all the time, do you want to mention one of the Power Trends on the board?
Well, first of all, I will mention that Whoopi is back to cooking on our WNBA stuff.
Good.
Whoopi likes that. Whoopi came through this morning and said she liked that under. So I did a little extra on it.
Okay.
So I have you bet it for me and I bet it and I have it. All right, let's see. Prop wise, power trending wise, they like Jake Irvin to deal. Well, they just like him to go 6, which I could see happening. Chris Bassett under. So some of these things you're going to see that they're juiced, but that the ROI over the period of time still works out, and they show you the stats on this one. Keller is this? Yeah, they like Irvin to have 4. Irvin, like they like Irvin. They like Jake Irvin. So Jake Irvin to go 6. He's been good the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's been good.
He's been solid on the road too. I don't hate this. Yeah.
All right, so there you go. We're going to go with Jake Irvin.
Justin Johnson's asking about Casey Mize. Casey Mize is off the IL, though, right? It's like a second start off. I like Casey Mize.
Second start off, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know on that one.
Wait, so you said the Irvin thing was at 17.5?
17.5. It's Irvin to go 6. It's a good parlay piece.
Okay, there you go. Point is, though, once again, a reminder, if you do want to try out Rhythm for a free week, try out the free trial by using the link sportsgamble.com/RITHMM. We're also brought to you by Circa Ultimate Simple Giveaway because Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league in Vegas. Be sure to like VIPs and to draft their teams. The winner will get a 2-night stay at Circa Resort and Casino for the entire 12-person league. Have your draft at a cabana, stadium swim with a $5K food and beverage credit, limited transportation, tour from the airport, and you have a welcome party at Legacy Club for the league and much more. Contest from May 5th to June 30th to sign up today at sportsgamble.com/Circa, sportsgamble.com/CIRCA. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Whose bookie?
My bookie.
My bookie's a place in every sport. They have the NBA playoffs. They have the NHL playoffs. They have the tennis cards, golf, you name it, available in a ton of locations as well. Use crypto, best payouts, and for easy deposits. When you sign up, though, for your new account, use the promo code SGPN to get a $110,000 match up to $1K. Terms and conditions, MyBookie.ag, promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through our 3 props each for the show. Time to move on into the best bet segment. Adam, what do you like as your best bet for the show?
Freed on Shabbat at home.
There you go. So it's also plus money. It's plus 142.
And it's not home, but like where he's from.
Yeah. He might have family there. Who knows?
Oh, he's absolutely going to have family there.
You said it was 5.5, right? Plus 142?
Yeah, 5.5 at plus money.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the Javi Baez play. I'm going to go with the Javi Baez under half a single at minus 121. That was on Caesars. I think it's a great price. 0 singles in 6 straight, 0 singles in 12 of the last 14. He's been slumping a bit lately. He's a lot worse against righties than lefties. I see a good spot here at that price. Lugo's been fine. He's off the IL, but I still think he's a pretty good pitcher. So I'll go with
this is the Javi Baez isn't a threat.
No, so I like the under half a single there at minus 121 as my best bet. Now it's time for the auto entry. We are constantly 1 pick away, but we're near another win. So we have been doing pretty well, but not getting the job done. I'll ask you though if there are any actual stuff you want to include for the entry.
I really want to fade Fromber.
Okay. Fade Fromber.
I really want to fade Fromber.
I think you just said frayed Fromber, and I'm like,
that sounds fun. I really want to fade Fromber. So I'm willing to do.
You want to go with the hits?
At the actual number?
Do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's for underdog purposes. Yeah.
We also know that he also gives up hits because they let him go a ton, and he could easily go.
And he only went. I think he only. I don't know how far he went on the last one, but I like that one a lot.
Bullpen got shelled yesterday too. They actually used a lot of relievers because I think Gusto went like 3 and change. He barely went any distance. They had to use a lot of bullpen arms yesterday.
Do you want to do Javi Baez under total bases?
We can if you want to. I'm fine with that.
You want to do that in there?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, you went through all the numbers. You think Baez stinks again?
I do think Baez stinks again. Do you want to do? And then do you want a robot play or do you want to do us?
We can do us if you want to.
Okay. So then, let's see.
I have a really bold play out of left field, but you mentioned the Giants before. Is it wrong that I kind of like Cal Quantrill today? Is that wrong?
Cal Quantrill has been fine.
He's been very good lately. I don't mind his lower earned runs, actually. I think he's going to pitch pretty well today.
I'm into that.
Terrible.
Let's do it. Okay.
I think he's given up less than 2 earned in 3 of his last 4. He's been really good.
I don't even know if they have it.
I don't know either. But Quantrill's a guy, because he only goes 5 innings anyway. So if he pitches decently, he's not going to get totally shelled as the game progresses.
First earned run allowed. They don't have it.
Okay.
They have him to get the first K, which I don't love. Let's see who else is his pitching today that we might like. We could do.
I mean, did you want to throw in the Irvin outs? Because we can just go with that with the power train.
I mean, I don't hate that. Is the thing. I don't hate that at all.
They went to extras yesterday. They used a lot of relievers.
I agree. I think also, what's his name? Sadilak was talking about Grant Holmes. Is that the Grant Holmes stinks? Oh, actually, that's a good point. I like the over in that game. Syndicate, by the way, is on that. We should take that. Okay. The Red Sox game and the I actually like that more. I think we want to do Grant Holmes over earned runs.
It's up to you because the Nationals had they had extra inning game and they had to use.
No, they're at the Reds. Right, but Grant Holmes is against the Red Sox.
The Braves had a doubleheader.
Braves had a doubleheader too.
Yeah, that's fine. So you want to do Holmes?
That. Yeah, we're gonna do Grant Holmes. Grant Holmes. Okay. Oh, this is great. I love this one. I'm in love with this. Grant Holmes higher 2.5 earned runs allowed. Javi Baez to suck at life and not get on base. And Fromber Valdez higher 5.5 hits allowed. 7.63 multiplier.
The Baez was half a base, correct?
Yeah, he's just not.
Okay, yeah, just making sure. Yeah, okay.
We just having to not do anything.
Yeah, just for the numbers. I want to make sure.
Yeah,
what do you say the price was again? 7.7.
Yeah, 7.31 multiplier.
There you go. So that's going to be the auto entry. A reminder, though, that if you want to check out more props, check out the podcast. This episode, again, on Monday. We do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Of course, we'll back later on today at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be Lonte and I to get into the Saturday games. But, Adam, anything else you want to add?
If you guys want to see more of me, I'll be doing my show, Dad's Bet Baseball, in like 45 minutes.
There you go. Point is that you can find me on the NBA show later. We're going to record an episode for Game 6. Not going to be normal time at 11. We'll record that after baseball, actually. So probably like a 6 p.m. recording time for the NBA. But until next time, find me on Twitter, Reichel Radio. My name on Twitter at Hey Rosenberg. And until next time, good luck to all of you and all of